have to identify, make note, write it down, put it in front of you. Yes, this is good for me. Yes, this person means me good. No, this person does not mean me any good. If a person is continuously leading you away from your goals, your aspirations, and the progression of you making a better life for yourself, then that's somebody that you need to let go. One of the things that I try and teach people is you have to be willing to say no. You have to be willing to say no. You have to be willing to let people go out of your life because people are only in your life for a season. And if you really look back over the years that you've been living, there have been people who you've been close to, who've helped you along the way or meant you no good, and they've only lasted a season. But because we have such a problem with being alone, because we can't live by ourselves, and when I say live by ourselves, be alone, walk alone, think alone, that we want to hold on to any and everything that we have in our lives because it's something that we can tangibly see and hold on to. It's because we don't know who we are. If I was to ask you, what makes you happy other than physical or tangible things, how would you answer that question? What would you be able to write down? Where could you say that you were able to go? You have to identify the people, places, and things in your life and put them in the proper perspective. Secondly, I want you to take the time to assess each and everything that you've written down, that you've identified, whether good or bad, assess it. Really take a look at it and see if this person or this job is really lining up with your goals. Is it really going to benefit you to move forward? Or is it something that's hindering you from moving forward? We get so caught up in having that we can't make a decision to leave. Now, decision is a very important part of assessing because after you have written it down, you've looked at it, you have to make a decision. And this is where it starts to get real good in the I am concept. We have to make a decision whether to stay or whether to go. Listen clearly. We cannot be afraid of change. Change is something that I believe every human being will have to face at any given time in their life. And we have a lot of people now putting out their books, putting out speeches of jump, take a leap of faith, but they don't tell you that you have to make a decision to change your lifestyle, change your mentality, change the way you dress, change the way you act. Because in order to move forward, to take that leap of faith, you have to be willing to make that decision to change, to decide that I can no longer or I will no longer live the way that I'm living, do the things that I'm doing because I need a change. In my life, when I was out in the street, bound by drugs and alcohol, I was homeless. I was robbing, stealing, doing any and everything I could to survive. And I was having fun. But at some point in time, I had to make a change in my life. And the change didn't come until I decided that I was better and I was greater than who I allowed people to say that I was. They told me I would never be no good. They told me I would be nothing because I was strung out. They told me that I would always be broke. But I had to make a decision. Either I'm going to stay and live the way that people have told me and I've been culturalized to live my life, or either I'm going to change everything about me and begin to move forward and live for my dreams. And I decided to change. Now, was it easy? No. And I believe everyone out there listening will raise their hand and tell me that change is not easy. It's a frightening situation because you lose everything that you're accustomed to. And that's only because that's how we were raised. That's our social setting. Or that's a way that we've been living and we have been able to survive in that atmosphere. But when we decide to change, it's something new. We have to learn. Really, we have to recondition our mindset. So my question, are you willing to change? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to put forth the effort to make a difference in your life? Can you take a leap of faith? Because if you can, you know that you got better days ahead. Take a listen.
You may think that it's over, that your life is done. Oh my. Don't sweat the challenge. Your battle's already won. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, y'all. See, God writes the end before the story began. Oh, He told me to tell you the best. As the author of your faith, He wrote a provision for you to win. You're a winner. You're a winner. You're a winner. Yeah. You ain't seen your best days yet. You ain't seen your best days yet. I don't care what people talk to you. Ain't seen no ain't seen your best days. On the way, I see you, eagle. I see you flying high. Ooh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. I know you may think that you have. But God told me to tell you, you gotta keep on fighting. Keep on praying. You ain't seen nothing. Yeah. No, 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 no. You ain't seen your best days yet. It's greater, it's stronger.
You ain't seen your best days yet. The best is yet to come. Thank you, Paul Morton, for that wonderful, wonderful song because it fits right in with our topic of the day. I'm going to identify, I'm going to assess, and I'm going to move forward. We have already discussed the identity, the assessing, but we're at that point of decision and change now. I want you to know something that when we change or we begin to change or we contemplate change, we get into a point sometimes where we feel guilty because we see ourselves for the first time truly. When we cut away all the fat or cut away all the negative from our lives, we see ourselves for the first time. And it's hard to see yourself when you got all the scars of your past, all the broken relationships, the pain, the mishaps that we've done, the guilt and the shame of being promiscuous at times. We see ourselves scarred, battered, and bruised, and we can't look at ourselves, and we feel very guilty about what we've done because we know that we should have been living better. We know that we could have been living better. But we can't allow that guilt to put us in a place where we are self-defensive about ourselves and say, well, I couldn't help myself because this is how I was living. Yes, you could have. Yes, we could have. It's all about choice. Each and every person was created by God with a choice that they could make, whether to live or whether to die. And I'm going to let you put a pin right there in that statement because we're going to come back to that at another week, and I'm going to let you hold on to it for a minute so I can keep you coming back. But then we also get a self-blaming attitude. We need to stop blaming ourselves for everything, but we need to take ownership for everything. Well, what do you mean, Green? What you talking about, William O? We blame ourselves for everything, or we get to a point where we blame ourselves for everything. And to an extent, that's true because we decided to do it. But many times we do things because we don't know no better, or because we're living in a smoke screen of the drugs and the alcohols, or the euphoria of a relationship. And yes, men and women, there is a euphoria that goes along with good physical contact. So we have to be careful and we have to be very honest with ourselves. One of the things that I coach people on, I said we can't move forward, we can't do anything, truly get anywhere until you're honest with yourself and you're honest with God. So we have to be honest with ourselves and realize that no, that wasn't me. That was the drugs that I was using. Yes, I used the drugs, but that put me in a